Gemini, you've been listening to the wrong fucking people. 100%. It's almost like what the F and F, man. It's like deciding to let somebody be able to speak up or say something, or not even deciding to let somebody, sitting there and experiencing that somebody is getting credit for shit that they don't deserve, like because they're saying what people want to hear, but they don't even realize who is listening and who is really like paying attention, because they don't care. They just want to be listened to. They just want to be heard. It's almost like blaring out a show. Somebody's blaring out a show, like diarrhea of the mouth, not even caring about quality, just wanting attention. And ultimately there is this sense of, and I'll tell you this right now, all of us are going through this right now, and it's got to do with this freaking Cancerian moon. Think about your childhood, right? I'm going to take you back to your childhood and what you experienced and went through as a kid, and what you learned, what you were taught, because it's all coming up now. For all of us, really, not just Gemini, but for all of us. But this is a major part of your reading. This is why I'm going over it. Something that we learned. Oh my God. Oh, I just got chills because I think I have a fever. And also because I heard in my mind that Yoda quote, you must unlearn what you have learned. Like, if I could put a cap on this week, that's what I would say. Like, you must unlearn what you have learned, because something that you got accustomed to or accepted as a truth back in your childhood is really being challenged now. It's not even being challenged. It's being exposed as antiquated. It's being exposed as a bunch of hot air bullshit that doesn't serve you. I think that you, in some ways, have remained docile or in the background, or just like contented to allow things to play out there because of the fact that, it's the way it always was. And, isn't that the way that it's supposed to be? And it's not that you were, docile is the wrong word. I'm sorry. It's not that you were, it's not that you were like lazy or anything like that. It's that, how something that's bad for you can feel good because you're used to it. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's like something you've grown accustomed to, even though it's toxic. And it was a toxic love. And I think you're just realizing it now. And it may be very difficult for you because somebody that you loved a great deal, somebody that, maybe crossed over, or they're gone now from your childhood. It's almost like somehow they taught you that this is what love is, and this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is how it's supposed to be. But ultimately, how come it never works out for you? How come it's always like, how come it's always hurting you or turning out to be bad for you? And that's what's sort of being exposed right now. And it's going to be hard to recognize, I think, because you'll try to make sense of it. You'll try to sort of make it logical, make it make sense, and it doesn't make sense. The only thing that it makes sense as is a trauma. And trauma, your own especially, is very difficult to make sense out of. It's almost impossible. It's like you're going to have to trust somebody on the outside of you to make sense of it for you, and trust them enough to know what's right or wrong. Because I really feel like there's something about loyalty here too, a sense of being disloyal to somebody if you challenge what they say. Because that would mean that you don't respect them, or they have you convinced that that's disrespect, that if you challenge what they say, that's disrespect, or how could you betray me like this? I've done so much for you. I'm like, the spew, I'm sure that you've heard. And there is spew here. There is this sense of, I keep getting this, the wrong person is being listened to. I keep getting that over and over again. It's like either they're not listening to you, they're not listening to what you have to say, they're listening to somebody and that somebody's wrong, or you're listening to the wrong person, and you're doing it because you're used to listening to them, or you're used to listening to somebody like them. And ultimately, it feels different. And that's what's so hard. That's the challenge right now, is because it's intuitive, it's a feeling, and you like things to make sense. You're an air sign. It needs to be intellectual. It needs to be logical. But this isn't coming to you through logic, is what I'm saying. It's not being presented to you through logic. It's being presented to you through intuition. And something just feels that it's not right. And it doesn't make sense because everything seems to be in place. Everything is as it always was. But that's what's not right, is that it shouldn't be as it always was. I'm telling you, I'm translating what you're feeling. I'm translating what your intuition is telling you, is that it's not supposed to, that what always was is wrong. And that's pretty hard to decipher. It's very difficult. Oh, hold on. Sorry. We're like all four of us are sick in the house right now. So my son had to come in and get a heating pad. Yeah, it's come to this. So, excuse me. Here's something that can be a guiding force for you. Hold on, my dog wants to get out. Hold on. Here's something that can be a guiding force for you right now. And we're going to get into the deeper reading. This is just sort of the oracle intuitive reading. The general of the general. What do you really believe in? What do you really love? What do you really care about? What ideas or plans or goals and aspirations do you have for yourself? And have you, yes or no, and this is only a conversation that you have to have with yourself. You don't have to admit it to anybody else or do it in front of anybody else, but this is just a sense of how much energy and effort, or when was the last time you put energy and effort into the thing that you really love instead of what you have to do. That is the pragmatic, practical, logical way to overtly see this bad behavioral pattern being demonstrated. How much energy you are putting into, how much you're sacrificing, how much you're putting on the line for something that doesn't even matter that much to you, or how far away, how far back in the closet have you shoved those old goals and dreams that you had once upon a time? Like, when's the last time you took out the computer and wrote that book? When's the last time you committed yourself to sculpting? When's the last time I don't know, whatever you love to do, even if it's, doing science experiments, whatever it is, when was the last time you actually focused on that? And that's what I'm saying, is this prioritization of what you have to do, or what you were told you have to do, what you were conditioned to believe is right, as opposed to what's really right for you. There's some sort of transition or change in the direction that you're going, and it could be very confusing right now. And that's why I'm saying there is a little bit of a fog. You'll probably feel a little bit of fog in your mind right now, because there is a change that you're going through. But the change is almost like, imagine a Rubik's Cube could like be turned inside out. This is the expose of the inner workings, and something that you need to have revealed to you. This is also a sense of, it's just a change. It's just a change that's been waiting to happen. This is a growth. Even a sense of like a sudden change in direction. Oh my God. Sudden change in direction. Whip and house. And this is what's got to do with pain and suffering. Traditions that's causing you pain and suffering, or pain and suffering that's coming from your childhood. It's almost like unlocking a mystery from your childhood, uncovering the true intentions of a friend, loyalty, maybe even hidden loyalties, loyalty that is in question or was hidden, or a sense of not really believing in loyalty, not really ever feeling supported. Something that was illusional, an illusional friend, maybe even choosing poor friends. But it's interesting how it's like, this is dog, this is not wolf, this is dog. So there's a sense of kind of like delusional or illusional loyalty, or maybe even a sense of a loyalty that only comes out, or somebody's loyalty is only activated when the going gets tough, or almost like when they can, oh, that's what it is. It's like somebody that like likes to come to your aid when you're having trouble, but it's not for your sake, it's for their sake, so they can show off to you, or they can show off in general. So they like to play hero, but where are they every other day of the week? Yeah, this is tainted love, babe. It's toxic. It'll make you sick if you stay in it for too long. This is definitely something that's corrosive. It's degraded. It's taken away from. It's ill. It's not what it appears to be. The loyalty is not as it would appear to be. It's a loyalty. It's almost like Munchausen syndrome. Like, I know that that's not all your case, but it's almost like that, a sense of somebody setting you up for failure, or intentionally confusing you, or intentionally setting you on the wrong path just so they look like a hero, putting you on the right path. So all the help that they're giving isn't actually help to give to you. It's help to make themselves feel particularly wonderful. It's time to release negative energy. This is scorpionic energy. Could be time to let somebody go, especially somebody who's always looking at negative sides of things. You know, all they can ever think of is the sad stuff. All they can ever bring up is the doom and gloom. And they do that to kind of like stick you, like make you stick, make you sticky, make you stuck with them. You know, they're really not trying to keep you out of danger or harm's way. They're just trying to, like, they're stuck, so they want you to be stuck too, and not see that there's so much else out there for you, Gemini. Step out of your comfort zone. It's gonna feel, what I'm saying is, it's gonna feel weird because you've grown so accustomed to listening to this energy, to listening to this person, or to believing it. But honestly, the toxicity is just way through the roof, and you're gonna want to take a leap. You're gonna want to jump at trying something different. Do it, because this person is braggadocious. It's like, you can talk and talk and talk, but better be careful with who's listening, because you think that you know the audience, or this person thinks that they know the audience, but they don't know the audience, and somebody's about to brag on some shit or spread some. This is just an unreliable source. Somebody's listening that you do not want to be listening, is all I'm saying. Let's get into your, oh no, I skipped these. Look at this. Long-awaited happiness, long-awaited abundance. Like, this is hardship. You've been through a lot of crap, and this is a sense of finally gladness and joy raining down at you. And it's because you are decided to see and value yourself and your abundance. Believe in who you are, believe in yourself, and your luck is changing. It's turning around, but it's got to do with releasing this negative pull in your life. Could also be addicted to something, drug-induced, but we'll see, because that has to do with scorpionic energy too. Time to release stuff that you're addicted to, stuff that is holding you back or holding you down, or stuff that you think that you need when you really don't need it. You're just addicted to it. It's making you sick. And that could be a person too, right? Let's get into, Gemini, your spirit guide messages. This is your, oh, wow. Yeah, claim your independence. But like, that card pops out and it's like, no joke. How can I not stop the whole fucking reading and say, yeah, Gemini, check this out. Claim your independence. Like, you need to be lighthearted again. This is a sense of, remember how to play. Remember how to enjoy your life. Remember that you have a right to enjoy your life, and you have a right to behave the way that you want to behave and be independent and not answer to anybody. This is a sense of walk away, like assert yourself and like assert yourself, choose yourself is what this is saying. Okay, Gemini. Okay, what else came out? Take the lead. This is choosing a new direction, or this is also accepting divine inspiration. So this is telling me that the divine is going to intervene on your behalf. Sort of send you messages, or come in and like butt up against you and not give you a choice. It's going to be very obvious, is what I'm saying, is even though it starts right now as an intuitive thing, it's going to become very, very evident that like spirit's intervening here. Yeah. to liberate you, to make you free. And basically to show the world how to be lighthearted again, how to not take things so seriously, that you don't have to be bogged down and so heavy anymore. And it's not that you don't care, and it's not that you're shallow. It's that you're so fucking tired of being like weighed down by all that pressure. The negativity isn't even yours. Like, why do you have to bear it? Why do you have to share it? You don't have to share it. They've convinced you you have to share it. They've convinced you that it's your obligation, that this is the way that life is, that this is the way that you be a good person. But that's not the way. That your way is the right way for you, and you've got to assert yourself. Time for beginner mind. Yep, starting over. This is Aquarius energy, but it's also sort of defensive. It's a sense of being prepared to fight for your way out of the room, showing people that you will defend yourself if you have to. A sense of coming to the party prepared because you don't fucking know people at the party and you don't really trust them. Sun's out, guns out, that kind of thing. It's like a new dawn is rising, yes, but you're sort of coming ready. You're coming prepared. Not expecting anybody to be on your side. Time to let go. Yeah. So you've been taught some harsh lessons about pain and suffering. And it's prepared you. It's kind of made you maybe a little bit spiky, spindly, spiny. These are all, think of swords, right? Think of air, defending yourself with words, defending yourself with wit, defending yourself maybe even with humor, all to hide or avoid dealing with the thing that's really gnawing at you or eating away at you. And this is the time to really get rid of that, to stop using this against yourself and really face those parts of yourself that don't belong to you. It could even be you having a confrontation with a Scorpio. I don't know if you have a Scorpio in your life, but it could be that you're having a confrontation with a Scorpio, or that in some ways you could also be sticking up for and defending somebody who's very close to you because you don't want them going or being harmed. But I don't think that's for most of you. Time to heal. This is Kundalini energy, finding that fire in your belly, that root of creation that kind of spews out of you, but making sure that it doesn't poison you and intoxicate you, but instead that you can use it as a conduit for your own value and your own progress. So this is using your belly to heal yourself, your gut and your energy, using your energy for yourself to blaze a new trail. It's also releasing toxins. That's what it is. And maybe you're releasing toxins through wit and through humor, but ultimately I think that there's a sense of like confronting the toxins, like owning them somehow, and like owning them to get rid of them. See the big picture. This is Taurus energy. Looking into the future, not being short-sighted, realizing that you could go on like this forever if all you did was see right in front of you. But that's not what it's about, is it? It's about, but what's in front of me? Where do I want to see myself? And how do I want my life to look in a couple years? And is this getting me there? Because right now, there's a sense of blocking yourself from the big picture, blocking yourself and just contenting yourself with day to day, which is really easy when you're an air sign because you live in the now. But ultimately, somebody's almost using that against you, how you live in the now. There's a sense of being trapped and not seeing everything that's going on. So this is another warning. Watch your words right now. In particular, this is Gemini energy, but also a sense of being very, very particular with what you say. To not write because somebody's listening that you're not aware of. Somebody's writing this shit down and you're not aware. You think that you're just talking good, you're talking right, you're making a good show of it, but ultimately somebody is saying, oh, they said this, let's see if Gemini can come through. So watch your words right now. Be very particular. Be here now, living in the moment, living in the beautiful moment, the beauty of this moment, or something beautiful in the moment. But this is what I think that you're being blocked from. Something beautiful that's right in front of you because you're being distracted by all this crap. This is Libra energy. A sense of inspiration and happiness, a lightness, that you deserve and a new beginning. This is Aquarius energy. Hold on. Yeah, this is Aquarius energy, a new start, starting over, maybe starting over with a Libra, clarifying things with a Libra, basically clearing things up, or just a sense of like, a new partnership could be. Aquarius, Libra. This is really all about how you relate to people, how you talk to people, how you communicate with the crowd, how you communicate with your partner, how you build community, how you build partnerships, but also like, how do you build friendships? How do you build one-on-one relationships? Interesting. Really seeing somebody for who they are. Dream the world into being. The past is influencing the future. It's a sense of something haunting the future. It's like, even though you're future focused and your focus is on the future, there's something that is not being addressed. This is Scorpionic energy because it hurts too much. Something that's been buried or hidden or not talked about, and it has to be confronted in order to liberate you and free you from its influence on you. Okay, so Gemini, we can go into tarot right now. I'm going to do a full tarot card spread, and that link is below. It's in the extended video. You can subscribe over there on the Vimeo platform as well, and if you subscribe over there, you'll actually get access to the extended videos a day before the link gets posted on YouTube. Also, please do click subscribe here on YouTube if you haven't already, and then ring that bell so that you get notified when all of the content for the channel comes up, and you can choose your favorite. Gemini comes out every single Thursday. And then, of course, join me for my Instagram, where I do live readings Monday through Friday. Not right now because I'm on vacation, but normally Monday through Friday I do a general tarot card reading, and that is for everybody, just sort of motivation and fun. Yeah, so you can find me Born_without_boundaries, and I invite you over there too. So like I said, let's stick around. Let's see what the angel cards have to say. Wisdom. Okay, so this is a lesson hard learned, and a sense of realizing and understanding something that you only wisdom is a kind of knowledge that you can earn only by experiencing. And I almost think in some ways you're much more wise. You're much more wise than people are giving you credit for. Let's talk about this. Achievement. Take a little time to reflect on what you have achieved to date. It is often easy to forget where you started from and how far you've come. Honor and be grateful for this extraordinary journey that is your life. So focus on like get yourself ready. Get yourself like let your armor be what you've achieved. Because people will want to tear you down when you separate yourself from them, right? Because your separation from them makes them feel like something's wrong. And guess what? Something is wrong, and they have to face that. And they don't want you to leave, because if you leave, they'll have to face that. Not your fucking problem, Gemini. Wisdom. Everything has a place and purpose. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all things. So, but that includes yourself, and that's something that you have to. And I'm not saying be mean to somebody. I'm saying be good to yourself, like be true to who you are, because you have to be compassionate to yourself as well. But there's also a sense of, be empathetic, be understanding, but that doesn't obligate you to be controlled, right? Sacred source, we, your angels, are here to remind you of your magnificence. You are literally an angel in the making, a being of eternal love and light, forever one with God, Goddess, and all creation. So this is you getting back to your sense of source and knowing and remembering who the fuck you are. Destiny. Your destiny is to blossom, to shine, and to transform to an ever greater light. So this is definitely you leveling up, because there's a lot of transformation here to light, to something lighter, to something more eternal, to something more connected to spirit and God, to something more enlightened and awakened. Change. Oh my God. Life is a journey. It would be very unfulfilling if each step was exactly the same as the last. Because life is always changing, it is forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully. Be grateful for what was, is, and forever will be. But you're going through a change right now. Allow it. And then we have vision. A positive outcome requires a positive vision. Visualize everyone involved in your present situation surrounded by light and love. Make sure to include yourself also. Your love has the power to influence and transform current events. So it's time for you to rise up and assert yourself. Compassion. When you show greater compassion toward yourself, and this is, I didn't know this card was going to come up. That's crazy. The universe automatically responds by showering you with greater blessings. What? Let's go over to tarot and see how this pans out. The link is below, Gemini. I'll see you guys over there.